Hello everyone, this video is on edTPA Task 2. It is video tips for the Special Education Handbook. This is Muriel Rand from New Jersey City University. First, an overview of Task 2. You're going to video record your 3 lessons, and then after you've done that, you're going to choose 2 video clips totaling no more than 20 minutes total between the 2 of them. And the clip should demonstrate specific teaching skills that edTPA is looking for, and we'll go over that in a minute. And then you're going to complete Task 2 commentary. So that's it for Task 2. It's actually fairly simple. So let's talk about recording if you're teaching in person. First, you're going to choose a camera location that shows both you and your students so that the viewers can see what's going on in your classroom. And you're going to want to practice recording to ensure that you can see and hear everyone, especially now that we're wearing masks. It's sometimes difficult to hear everyone. If there are a few things here and there that the scorers can't understand, you can provide a transcript, but you want to make sure that they can hear the great majority of what's going on in the room. And you want to keep the camera running the whole time. You are not allowed to edit the video into little pieces, so you have to keep the camera running the whole time, and then you're just going to cut a piece out of it. Now, what if you're recording with completely virtual or remote learning? Well, you can use the recording function of either Zoom or Meet. That said, if you're using breakout rooms, Zoom does not record in breakout rooms. So you can also, it might be a better choice to use another program such as Screencastify or Screencast-O-Matic, and they just record whatever is on your screen. So they'll see, the whole screen the whole time. If you're working with a group, try to use gallery view so that everyone is seen. If you're just working with your one focused learner, then that's not an issue. Students are allowed to keep the cameras off. They've offered a lot of flexibility right now with students working at home, but it's much easier to show engagement if they're on. So try to encourage your learner or learners to keep their cameras on if possible. And know that you can also use responses in the chat as part of your evidence for engagement. So if you have students who are better responding in writing, that is acceptable as well. Record all of the lessons. Keep the recording going the entire time, again, because you're going to need to have video segments that are not edited. My best advice is to practice, practice, practice. You want to practice the recording before you do your edTPA lessons so that you know exactly how to use the technology, so that you know how to use the programs or figure out how to do the recording. And also, you want to practice using the teaching skills that edTPA is looking for. These are good skills to use all the time. That's why I actually like this course, because I do think that going through this process will help you to be a better teacher. So what are those teaching skills that edTPA is looking for? Well, the first one is that you show respect, rapport, and that you support the self-determination of your students. And this is something that you really should be doing all the time. So it's pretty easy to get that in your video recording because it should be happening constantly. The next thing is to show engagement and movement towards student independence, right? You'll notice again that is a theme throughout all of edTPA, is that we want our students to be as independent as possible so that we're not helping them too much. And we want them to be engaged in the lesson. And then 3, make connections to prior learning and the personal, cultural, and community assets of your learners. So again, this is just good teaching. You should constantly be connecting back to what they already know, because we know that the best way to learn is when new information is connected to knowledge that a learner already has. That's true of all learners. And then 4, give specific feedback frequently and prompt the student to apply your feedback. So if you give them feedback, the feedback should be both positive and well, I shouldn't say that. It should be glows and grows, right? It should be what they're doing well, and it should be how they can grow. So if you think of glows and grows, you'll be on the right track. The feedback can be oral or written, and you want to give the student, again, a chance to improve. So you give the feedback, and then the student tries again to improve. Then 5, show the student self-evaluating or self-correcting. A lot of you have put in evaluation forms that your learner is going to be using. But at any given point, if you can get the student to self-evaluate rather than you giving them the evaluation, see if they can evaluate how they're doing themselves, that would be even better. And then finally, get the student using the communication skill. I don't think that's going to be hard because most of you have chosen a communication skill that is essential for the actual lesson activities. So they should be using it as part of most of the lesson activities. The reason why I've chosen these 6 areas is because when you write your commentary for task 2 and task 3, they are going to ask you to give evidence that you did these 6 things. So you're going to use your video clips as proof that you were able to do these different kinds of teaching skills. So again, practice. Print out the teaching tips on the previous slide. They are available on a PDF form in Blackboard on task 2. And practice using these skills so that they become second nature to you. And again, this is worth doing because it will make you a better teacher. So practice using these skills as much as you can before you video record. And then teach your best. You're good at this. To be honest with you, most of our students do quite well on task 2. You've been teaching for a while now. And I think that this will not be difficult for you. Stay positive and enjoy your teaching. Again, practice so that you're not so self-conscious of having a video recording going. And I know that you will do well. Good luck, everybody.